8 months into this war, we can already be certain that this war did not abolish the power of the people. This war did not abolish the importance of civil society in warfare, and it did not abolish the strength and the meaningfulness of acts of civil resistance and civic action.
Those global businesses that withdraw from the Russian market proved that values and culture are more important than profits. It's illustrated how important the democratic debate about the market economy.
We've done some preliminary research that shows if we were to divide into two blocks, the consequences would be a 5% reduction in global GDP, just like that. And that's a very conservative estimate.
We should start thinking about the joint strategic autonomy of democracies, which would help us to raise our collective resilience. We should be thinking about joint projects in R&D, so maybe large horizon project which would not be open just to European member states, but would be open to the US, but other democratic partners across the world.
Unfortunately, a bit of a patchwork of initiatives and a bit of a patchwork of connectivity or critical infrastructure. And so we don't get the full potential of having a single market fully digitalized. So I think that to answer your question, I think the first thing we should do is first to accelerate, focus, prioritize, digitalization and across member states, that we should have member states all accelerating their rollout on critical infrastructure.
We need to invest today. We need to invest in renewable energy, and this war just make something that was important into an emergency. We need to do the transition faster, and that's where we are putting our effort in doing a faster transition, but while at the same time doing a just transition, a transition that caters for people and that caters for those that are most affected.
First of all, I would like to start by killing the trade-off discussion that there would be a trade-off between growth and distribution of welfare or distribution of wealth. I think that more and more economists are realizing that the two have to go hand in hand. You cannot have sustainable growth if you don't reduce inequalities.
But if you correct the social contract in these affordability terms and you add the cost of living, it's actually not the middle class that's squeezed. It's still, as it has always been, the lowest income quintiles that had the squeeze.
And I'm going to throw this word so it will freeze the room, but we have to talk about redistribution of wealth.
I think at the core of the European project is this need to make sure that all citizens, wherever they are, that they can assume all the democratic values, and this includes opportunities of having a good job, of having education, of having access to public goods.
The question we need to ask ourselves is, how do we grow the pie and how do we move from profit to value? I think the role of the private sector is for sure to create profit, but that's not the end of the story. We should be focused on creating value. Value for our business in monetary terms, value for our customers, value for our communities.
If we were able to reconstruct Europe 70 years ago, launching the daring project of a European Union will also succeed this time. Because for that, we are united, we have values, we have the extraordinary talented young people, and yes, because we have Friends of Europe asking us always those little bit surprising and disturbing questions that are the only way to continue to look at the right direction. Thank you.
Maria, thank you very much. Thank you very much.